Hi everyone, welcome to my channel again, and yes, it has been about 6 months since I last posted a video, so let's address that elephant in the room first, shall we? So my work circumstances changed, and basically I just find it a lot more difficult to try and produce the videos that I wanted to produce. So yeah, kind of took a back seat really. And do you know what? As I always wanted to come back to do the video, I really did. I like YouTube. I like putting videos up, just sharing what I know, but just couldn't seem to find the time. And then just out the blue the other day, one of my subscribers he sent a comment on one of the videos, the guy with the hat, and basically said, "I've been in the hospital recovering, I assume from COVID, and came back, checked my channel, and said, 'Where's all the videos?' After 6 months." And I was kind of taken aback by it, really, for a number of reasons. Number one, he took the time to actually message me to say, I mean, how many people do that with YouTube? If people stop stream, do people message them to say, "Where are you?" I don't know. I mean, he was genuinely concerned. He was asking whether, I was okay, had anything happened. But also the fact that people who are prepared to comment must feel they're getting some value from the channel. And I never thought that. I was doing it as a pastime. I just enjoyed it. Something I could say I've done. Yeah, I do YouTube channel. And yet, seems to be that some people, at least of my 38 subscribers, seem to find this interesting. Um, so yeah, kind of humbled a little bit by that, just to think that people feel that way. So um, kind of making this video now just to give a bit of a heads up as to what my plans are, and just to acknowledge the fact that I haven't been here for 6 months. And I apologise to anyone who was expecting me to do a bit more than what I have. So yeah, that's my apology right there. So what are we going to do going forward? Well, let's have a look at what we have been doing. So if we go to the playlists, the two main ones I've been concentrating on. I can't really hover it because it disappears, but it is this one, which is Smallaccounts, which is the working on the how data in a bookkeeping program works. And the other one was this game, Deuteros, which was a remake of a game I used to play in the Amiga many years ago. Um, but I really loved it, and I wanted to make it a multiplayer. So they're the two kind of threads I'm working on at the minute, and I'm kind of torn as to which one to progress. And just to add a bit more confusion to the mix, in the 6 months that I've been away, I've learned a few bits and bobs. You may have heard of something called where's my? How do I change tabs? Oh, there we go. Um, Laravel WebSockets. Now, I've already dealt with WebSockets. I don't think I successfully finished it on my Asteroids MMO thing, but I have done it locally. I've had Node working with WebSockets to produce an MMO background so that multiple players can play on the game. So that's fine, and Node's superb for that. But it was nice to have a Laravel version because it meant that I can use MySQL as the database rather than trying to learn Mongo or CouchDB on the Node system. I know you can use MySQL, but it's not native for that. I was going to use Couch because I've used Couch in the past for CouchDB in the past for other stuff. Anyway, so it's nice to kind of learn Laravel WebSockets. And a lot of the tutorials that you learn about WebSockets are to build the WebSockets into the site that you've built, the Laravel site. And that's fine, but what I wanted to do was kind of build it as a standalone server, so effectively fully replacing Pusher, but on its own droplet in DigitalOcean or Node in Linode or whatever you use. So it could be scaled to accommodate multiple applications all talking to it, rather than sort of talking to itself on a different port. So that's what I did for an application that I did. We managed to build a complete standalone droplet that ran Laravel WebSockets, and rather than hard coding the site details in, we dynamically loaded them from a database so that multiple websites could talk to this Pusher server or Pusher replacement server running Laravel WebSockets. And for the cost of £5-10 a month as opposed to Pusher, which was running at, once you go into the pay version, it was like £80 a month or something. And you're not constricted to the requirements of Pusher, like 10 kilobyte packet size or number of concurrent users or so on. You can set that yourself in here. So it was great, and it worked. It was superb. There is a slight bug with a little bit of a memory leak, but we found a way to get around that. It was fine. So I was thinking that Laravel WebSockets, along with a Smallaccounts bookkeeping software that multiple people will use, kind of feels like it could go hand in hand quite well. You know, somebody makes a payment to a supplier and updates the account, and in real time on other people's pages who are on the purchase section, that account value for that supplier updated live. No page reload needed, and it's just done for you. So everything becomes live. Everything you're presented with is live data, real time data. So I thought that might work out well, because Laravel WebSockets probably doesn't work so good for games. I don't know. I haven't done a benchmark. Maybe I should have done that beforehand. Compared to Node, Node is so nice to set up for games, but so I kind of struggled when I was dealing with all the account stuff, because that meant I had to go into databases, and I was still learning all that. But for the actual socket server itself, Node is great. But I wanted to use this because I could use all the benefits of what PHP and Laravel provides and use WebSockets as well. So I learned this, and it works a treat. So that would work out really well with Smallaccounts. The Deuteros also, yeah, I mean, rather than, I think, excuse me, were we going to do a turn-based, I think? No, we called it click-based, didn't we? Which was every period of time something was going to happen, like every 30 seconds or something. And it might still do that. That might still work out well. But now that we have WebSockets, I might not have to do it like that. If we do it as an SPA and things happen in real time, then the SPA will just get updated with, whatever data you want. So that again seems to work quite well. And just to add even more to the mix, I've been working on another game that is designed to work with WebSockets from the beginning, but another browser-based game, just like a geographical-based game, that I'm not going to talk about just yet, but it is something else I might want to bring to the table as well. So that could be 3. But I think for the minute, I think I'm leaning towards the accounts still. As much as I would love to get the game up and running, I think the accounts is the way I'm going to go. And then you've got things like, we could create an Electron app out of the accounts. So it's not just a website. It becomes an actual app. An app that you can upload to, your Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave mine as a website. But I might create the apps, and all the code is open source, so you could, make your own app out of it. Make your own app out of it. Have your own server. You could have that as a proper bona fide thing out in the internet, or have it on a local intranet if you're a bit sensitive about keeping the data secure. Whatever works for you and your business and your requirements. The point is, there's just so much we can do. There's so much. So, going forward, for the time being, I think I'm just going to stick with Smallaccounts. However, we might not just stick with the data. In the last video, I was just watching the videos I was doing on my YouTube. And in the last video I said, I'm not going to deal with the interface just yet. I'm just going to stick with the data. But I kind of thought, if you're learning this and you want to impress your boss or somebody else that, oh, look what I'm learning, and you showed them that, it doesn't really sell itself, does it? I mean, and I know what's gone into the background to make the data work. But when you look at it on the front end there, it's not really going to fly off the shelves, is it? So I'm thinking maybe we do need to start looking at the interface as well, and the whole SPA framework setup. I've got some ideas as to how to do that as well. One of the other new technologies I've learned was JSON Web Tokens for authentication. So quite possibly could do that as well. I don't know. Still up in the air with all kinds of stuff like that. But let me know your comments, because I think your comments could have a big influence as to which way we go with all of this. I was doing this for you anyway, so yeah, whichever way you think is good, let me know in the comments. Just, it gives me a good indicator as to how my subscriber base is feeling about this. All 38 of you, which I'm very grateful for. Honestly, I am. So that's it for now. I'm going to try and do one video a week. So, oh, I've just realised my chroma key is speckling me out. That's because I'm on the white. If I go to the black, yeah, it's not so bad, is it? Yeah, I ain't got the best lighting rig in here, I must admit. I'm very much on a budget, but hey ho. Got a new camera though. From last time, you might notice the difference. It's a much nicer camera. Anyway, so yeah, I'll try and get one out once a week. So hopefully we'll be starting next week. And let me know your thoughts. If you like the idea of that, if you like this video, please like the video. If you want to see more of this, have a look through my playlist, see what I've done. And if you want to see more of that, please click the subscribe button. It does mean a lot. It really does mean a lot. I don't expect to make any kind of money out of this. It's just something I do as a hobby. But knowing that people are liking this and subscribing really does mean a lot, and do appreciate it, as all YouTubers do. We were teaching other technologies and such. Anyway, thank you so much. I will hope to see you very soon with the next video, possibly in the Smallaccounts series. Maybe not. Maybe in Deuteros. Who knows? I'll let you decide that. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.